You are listening to LP Giobbi on Femme Radio, and this week we have Tigermom Toy, aka Allison Ortega Toy, who is a Bay Area born DJ and creative professional who came of age between NYC and Shanghai. A curious traveler and cultural explorer, her global adventures have inspired a deep appreciation for Latin music, worldwide rhythms, and eclectic sound that make her select anything but predictable. With over 18 years behind the decks, Toy has brought her sound to stages from Tokyo and Paris to Bangkok and Shanghai. Beyond the booth, Allison is a longtime advocate for the AAPI creative community and is passionate about using music to connect people across cultures. Welcome to Femhouse Radio, Allison. It is a treat to have you.
Thank you so much, my dear. I'm so glad to be here. Yeah.
Yay. Wonderful. So tell us your origin story. How did you get into electronic music?
Oh man, what is my origin story? So I feel like I've been a disloyal follower of all genres in the course of my 18 years of DJing. I've, kind of gone all over the place and everything. But I started DJing, when I was 18, mostly actually because of what was going on here in the Bay Area at the time, which was there were a lot of Filipino American DJs who were really kind of like at the forefront of turntablism, more in the hip hop space and everything, which is kind of where I started. And
Cool.
I was just so blown away that Asian Americans could be cool in such a way. And, this was many years ago, right? And so that's what inspired me to get started. And I think like finding my way to electronic music was just kind of a natural progression. It was what I liked, it was what I listened to, and it was fun.
Heck yes. Amazing. So tell us about your work with AAPI.
Yeah, so I guess for me, I am lucky that I have always grown up as a very sort of prideful Asian American, and I think my DJ origin story is kind of a testament to that.
Yeah.
When I moved to New York, not too long after that, I started working in the music industry. That's really where I began my career straight out of college, or really during college. And I just noticed how few of us there were in the business. And so, long story short, I, really kind of took it upon myself to just sort of meet and seek out other people like me in the music industry, where I started my career, and try and bring those people together. And so, over the years, that has transformed itself into a number of different things. At one point, I had a podcast called Lion Share, podcast and a creative agency. We were doing a lot of work sort of like in the Asian American marketing space, but the podcast itself was all about platforming and sharing the stories of emerging Asian and Asian American artists. And yeah, there's been a lot of stuff outside of that too. It's as personal as it is professional, as it
Yeah.
is just generally a fulfilling thing that's been a big part of my life.
Well, it's beautiful. You are definitely very powerful visual representation for that community, and
Thank you.
our Femme House lead educator Lauren Kopp is also feels strongly about that, and Ronnie Ho is the head of dance music at
Oh, I know, Ronnie. Yeah.
yeah, and she's done some amazing stuff in that space as well. And speaking of your music industry experience, you have a ton of experience in the industry side of things, from working at WME and CAA to Fader to one of the first music hires at Twitch to managing acts, which is a lot.
Yes.
How has that informed your life as an artist? Did you find it helpful to have such a strong background in the music business side of things?
Yeah. I think in short, yes. Like I think one of the privileges of working in the industry is that you are afforded like this kind of, I guess, bird's eye view of the industry, right? I think that's especially true of, the roles that I had in like the agency world. Like you get to really kind of see how all the different parts interact with each other. And there's no mystery or I guess even idealization of like the business side of it. Like we are 1-800 keeping it real over here.
I think it's especially empowering for women to have that lens, in
Yep.
this industry that's so male dominated.
Totally, totally, totally. And I think in that process, like you see a lot of successes, you see a lot of failures, you take sort of inspiration from each of those, and you also get to like ask yourself the honest questions of like, how would I have done this differently? Like,
Yeah.
what would this have looked like? In the realm of like my artistry as opposed
Yeah.
to this one. And yeah, so I think in many ways, like it has been really empowering. I think I would be remiss not to mention that there are also elements of it that are somewhat disempowering. You know how the meat is made, and sometimes it's
That's
not always
so
pretty.
real. Yes. My partner's in the music industry and sometimes he's like, "Oh, I feel like I need to remove myself even more because I don't want this to affect the work that you do and that you would be doing naturally and how does that affect how you even approach creating?" Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel that.
So it's not easy.
Yeah, that's very real. You were also a board member for Women's Audio Mission, which is an organization I love based in the Bay Area. Tell us a bit about them in your own words.
Yeah, so Women's Audio Mission, we've been around for over 22 years, I want to say,
So
23 years,
cool.
something like that. Founded here in the Bay Area by an incredible woman who was formerly a professor over at UCSF. And basically, the mission of Women's Audio Mission is to close the gender gap in audio, and which is really bad. Like yeah, I thought the
Yeah.
music industry was bad. I thought the world of artists was bad. Audio is
It's
worse, y'all. Less than
brutal.
5%
Yep.
of people producing audio. So we're talking engineers, we're talking folks who work in studios. Less than 5% are
It's
women or
crazy.
gender expansive people. And so
Yep.
WHAM is trying to close that gender gap. And the way that we're doing that is through certifications, education, programs. There's also an internship program that I think has been like a huge impact where, the organization has helped to place interns into exciting studio environments where they can get some credits or, helped place them into jobs and careers and things like that.
And do y'all also help educate and give opportunities in the live music space and like in the like mixing a live show, being the audio engineer for a live show experience?
I believe so. I think most of the stuff focuses on, most of the programs, I should say, focus on like in studio. But I
Cool.
think so many of the skills are transferable. I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if there are sort of like,
for sure.
a dedicated module or two to the live music world. Because we definitely have seen program participants and interns end up working at venues and festivals
So
and things like that
cool.
too.
Ugh. Whenever I go to a venue and there's a female audio engineer, I'm like, oh my God, I get so
Yeah.
excited. So I think that is a really important, beautiful work. Thank you so much, Tigermom Toy, for being a guest on Femme House Radio. We love the work you are doing, Allison. We think that you are an incredible human, and we are so lucky to live at the same time as you.
Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. And I really appreciate y'all having me. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.